Hello guys, welcome to this video. So I will continue with the NECO Computer Studies Practicals 2024. So for this video, I'm going to look at number 3 aspect, which has to do with database. I'd already done number 1 and 2. I will leave a link to them in the description below. Okay, so let's begin. The question says, create a database with the following structure using Microsoft Access as shown in table 1.2. Okay, create a database with the following structure. Okay, all right. So table 1.2 staff record. So table 1.2 is a staff record. Okay, so we're going to create database first of all using these field names and data types. So let me go ahead to do that. So I'm going to load access. Click on blank, and then first of all what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on this open button, and then I want to make sure that my database is saved in the right folder, and I want it to save in the NECO folder, which I already created. I probably will call this my name is Mr. Ike. Maybe I'll call it Mr. Ike. Mr. Ike, something like this, and then save that. Whatever name I advise you to give it like your name, something like that, ending it with your registration number, something like that. So when we've done that, it is important to know where it is saved, so I can now create. Of course, in database, when you create, immediately you create, you're going to get an open table here. Right? You can choose to close the table and then create a fresh database, or you can use the table. So in this case, I'm going to, of course, use the table. So I'm going to probably save the table. Probably we'll just call it table 1. I'll leave it as the name table 1, right? Or I can call it, okay, the name of the database will be staff record. Okay, let me call it staff record. Okay, so I'll close this, and then I'll go to the left pane here, right click, and then rename it to staff record. So let me call it staff record. I like to use the underscore, right? So when I call it staff record, I can now open it, and it's an empty database, right? So let's populate, let's make, so let me just have this to the right and then have this to the left. So first of all, let me let me just maximize this for now, and then go to the design view. In the design view is where I'm going to define the field names and the data types. So I'm going to remove, it gave an automatic ID here, so I will right click there and then remove the primary key, that primary key right there, because the question never says that we should add any primary key, right? So let me just have this to the left and then have this one to the right. So here, the field name here will be employee number. So I'm going to have employee underscore number. And then the data type has to be number here. And then I have staff name underscore name. And then it's going to be text. I'm good with that. And then staff rank underscore rank is text also. Then date of resumption, date of resumption is going to be date and time, not text this time around, so I'm going to use date and time. And then salary is going to be number also. And then you can see the salary is a minimum of 1,500 and a maximum of 2,000. So I don't think if the question indicated this, the validation. So, but I'm going to just put some validation checks on that. So you want to make sure that you click on data salary, the data type, or the data type. Okay. So when you go down here, so let me have the keyword between 1,500 and 2,000. Okay, and then My validation test will be data must be greater than 1.5. You can put anything actually, but I'm just trying to make it very, very short. Greater than 1.5, and greater than or equals to actually. So I'm just using a notation here. You can just write it in full. And greater than or equals to 1,500, and less than or equals to 2,000. Now, in this particular paper, I don't think it's necessary. I'm just putting this just to draw your attention to the data validation, area, right? So you can actually limit the amount of data that can enter within a particular cell, something like that. So we're going to test that later on, actually. Okay, so that's salary. So after salary, we have blood underscore group. Okay, blood group here. So we've got all the data type, everything all set out. Okay, so we can go ahead. So let me just maximize this time around. I can go ahead and go to the datasheet view here. I will save my changes, yes. Okay, so for the salary, salary and employee number, they start with 0. For some reason, I don't like seeing those. For some reason, so let me just go to the design employee number. I'm going to remove default value there to nothing, and then salary the same thing. Remove that default value, and save the changes, and then go back to the datasheet view, and then I don't have to have all those. Okay, so you have to make sure that your fields are very visible. So make sure that your fields are visible. Okay, so that's that, I believe. So everything here, the number one, we've done that. So the table has been taken care of, right? Now let's go to II. Fill 6 distinct records for the field in table 1.2. So we need to fill about 6 distinct records, right? So here we have employee number. Let me just give the employee very simple number 1 to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's what the question says, that we should fill 6 distinct records, right? So for the employee number, I just give it 1 to 6. So the staff name, I'm going to have let me just use what I used in the other question. So I'm going to have Divine Udenwa here as a staff name, and then the next one will be Emma, Etete, and then I'm going to have Ryan, something like this, Singh. Here, I'm just trying to make up names now. And let's see, Okwe, Ajadi, Femi, Ogungbe, something like this. And then I can have Okoro, Joseph, something like that. It's fine. Okay, so the staff name will be all these, and then the staff rank, I can have level, can have it as level, whatever ranking you want to, however you want to do it. I think just to have some data in there. So I can have level 12 here, level 7, level 8. Let me have level 16 here, level 16, level 10. Okay, so these are just made up data. So date of resumption, I can just have anything right there. Let me just go back to 2024. So have something different. Let me go back to 2024 also here. Let me go back to 2023, depending on whatever you want to do. Okay, so for me, just put some random data in there. Now salary. Now remember that the salary has to be between 1,500 to 2,000, and I kind of put a validation there. So let me put something like 3,000. Let me know whether it's going to accept that. So as you can see, it does not accept that. Okay. Data must okay, I did not even put data must be, but whatever. So at least, but you see what the data validation can do, right? So I have to change it to something like 2,000. Okay, I can have 1.5 here, or 1.7. Can have 1.5, 1.6, 1.6, and then 1.9, and then 1.8, something like that, 1,800. Okay, you can have whatever. Okay, so block group here, I'm going to have AB. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have B, B minus, oops, or B plus. I'm going to have O plus. I'm going to have O negative also, O negative, oops, O negative, I don't know, what else? I'll probably repeat AB. Two people can have the same block group, so I'm good. All right, so this is it. So we've been able to fill up the, the record, right? So here, done. So I create a report to show staff name, employee number, and blood group. Okay, so we're going to create a report based on the table that we just created. So I'm going to change it. I'm going to save the changes here, and I'm going to close this. And then you want to go to create. You want to go to report wizard here. Okay, so this report wizard will be based on staff table, right? Now, but there are specific fields that the question says. So the first one is staff name, right? Staff name. I'll move it to the right hand side, and then the next one will be employee number and blood group. Employee number, click on it, and then move it to the right side, and then blood group. These are the fields that are needed for this particular report. So I'll go next. I don't need to do anything here. I don't need any grouping or something. So we'll move next. Does it say anything about landscape or portrait, something like that? No, nothing. It has to be tabular, right? Go next. I can give it staff record report. Let me just call it report. Let me add report as the title. Okay, so I can finish up here. Okay, so the report has been created. As you can see, this is more like the report view. So I'll close the print preview here. I'll close that, and then I'll go to layout view. So this is the place you want to make sure that every label or data, they are showing very well. Okay, so see that there's a title here, and I don't think the question, okay, let me see if the question will talk about anything about the title. Okay, now, so let me just make sure that all my labels are showing pretty well. So employee number is not showing that well, so let's make sure that that shows very well. So I'll click on staff name here. I'll hold down my control key and then click on the details, and then I will adjust the placeholder right there. Okay, I'll click on this one, employee number, title, and then I'll hold down my control key, click on the details, and then I'll move it to the left just to be at the middle, something like that. Okay, I can actually click on the numeric value. You can go to format, and then make sure you center align them just to make it look professional, maybe. And then click on this one, and then maybe adjust the placeholder, and then clicking on the details, and also aligning them to the center. Okay, so we've been able to create the report, right? So what is the primary key of the database? Now, the primary key, we never give the database primary key, but in this question now, the primary key should be the employee number. Okay, that will be the primary key, employee number. So you can just go to your maybe somewhere in your paper somewhere. Okay, so let me just open this. Let me just open my NECO. The question, I think I've answered this question 3B, if I'm not mistaken. I'm answering 3B. So in the 3B, so somewhere around here, you can go, let me see. IV, what is the primary key of the database? So the primary key of the database is, for this question, it should be employee number. So I can just go to a word process document here and then call this should be, what is this? IV, that is the number one IV. Okay, so I can, so I can say question, what is this? Let me be sure of what I'm saying. Question 3A IV, right? Good. So I can label, I can just put that there. So I didn't remember to also, didn't look at that. Okay, so I can have question 3A IV, okay, and then of course the primary key will be employee underscore number. So that, for me, that's my primary key. Okay, so if you have otherwise, if you have any suggestion or any input on this, you can leave a comment down below. So, but this is what I understand from that, because they never told us to give any primary key, to be honest. So, but what can qualify to be a primary key will be the employee number. Okay, so that's for that. So this one answered. V, prepare a form for all the fields in table 1.2. Okay, so let's prepare a form for the whole of the data. So now, for this particular what's it called? The report. You see that there's a report title. If you don't want this report title, for some reason, I don't think the question says that they never mention anything about report title. So what I'm gonna do here is I'll go home. I'll go to design view. You want to close down this report header. Okay. Okay. So sorry. Let me just first of all remove this, and then you want to close the report header completely, so that in your report preview, it will look like this. Everything is going to just look like this without the title. Okay. Report view, yes. So even in your layout view, that leaves, so it's fine like this. So I can save my changes, and then I'll close this, and then go to the next question. Prepare a form for all the fields in table 1.2. Okay, in table 1.2. So I'm going to create a form based on this table staff record. So I'm going to go to create. This time around, I'm going to use the form wizard, and the form wizard will be based on this particular table record here. So it has to be on all the fields. So I'm going to move all the fields to the right. So and go next. Yeah. Okay. So you have to make sure it's columnar here, and then go next. So staff record. Form. So let me call it form, and then I can finish, and then the form has been created. Okay, so I think that's it. So I will save my changes. The form has been created here. So let me see, change page rotation to landscape. Okay, and then the next thing is to print out the report table and forms of your work. Okay, so now first of all, let's print the report, and we'll have to remember that the form has to be in landscape, right? So first of all, let me print the form. So you can go to file, go to print, and then let me use print preview here so that you can at least see how your form is going to come out. So there are 2 pages of this form, right, for each of the staff, right? So you see that staff record form is up here, right? I probably might leave it there, but if you want to remove that, you can actually go to the design view and still remove everything here and then close it just like we did before. But for some reason, let me just leave this one here, okay? So let me just go back and then go to print preview one more time. And then make the printout to be landscape. So you want to go up here and then click on landscape. So your form is going to look like this, okay? So here I have about three pages. So let me just force it to be in 2 pages. So let me close this. Let me adjust this and then move it up a notch, right? That is the form header. And then adjust this one to go up a bit. So let me go try again and see. Oh, sorry. Let me go to file and then go to print one more time. And then let me just be sure that it's in 2 pages. It's still in 3 pages actually. Okay. So okay, let me adjust again. Let me adjust the placeholders in the form. I just want to force it to be in 2 pages. Okay. Just hold this guy and then click on this placeholder and then hold down your control key. Click on this one. Click on. Oh, sorry. Click one more time, click again, click here, click on this one, yeah. And then, what am I? Let me be sure of where I am, first of all. I need to be sure that I'm in layout. Okay, I'm in layout view, so I can adjust. So the idea is to adjust all of them, all the placeholders here. So let me just adjust them a bit, okay? Just make it a little smaller. What else? Okay, so let me try and see if that will have any effect on the number of pages. Does it? Okay, it does. Okay, so which means now I have about only 2 pages, right? So that's what I wanted to have, right? And then whenever you're printing, make sure that all labels, all the data, everything is showing in the various placeholders, okay? So I think everything is here. So you can go ahead and then click on print, okay? So that's for forms, right? Or the form. So I'm going to save my changes. I will close that. So the next one is to also print the report. So you can open the report here and then go to file and then go to print preview, and then this is how your report is going to look like. You can go ahead and then print your report. So this particular report, I printed it with no title. So I removed the title because the question never strictly said about anything about the title, and I intentionally left the title for the form just for variety's sake. Okay, so of course you can also go ahead to print your table. Go to print preview, and then you can see your table. Let's see the table. Does it span across 2? So you can make your table to be landscape, so everything will be visible. Okay, so you can go ahead and print your table. But there's one thing. There's a problem here because each of the printout does not have your name and your center number and all that. So, and some of these things, they are really, really important. Okay? They are really, really important to have your name when you're printing out some of these. Okay? So, somewhere around here in the table, you can come down somewhere around here and put your information, maybe your name. So, my name is Ikechukwu. Ikechukwu Anolefo is my name. Okay, you can come somewhere around here and then place your name, okay, and then place your registration number, something like that. Okay, for some reason I don't know if the question demanded that anyway, but it's important that all your printers should have your name, something like that. Okay, So you can go ahead. Let me see my print preview and then see that my name, my serial number is there. Okay, so the idea is to always find a way. Okay, find a way to have your name and your center number in every printout, right? So I'm going to just leave this one like this. Okay, so to make sure that your name and your registration number shows on every page, as you can see, it's not showing on any page on this report. I think what you can do is you can go, okay, let me close this print preview. Go to design view to make sure that your name and your registration number shows on every page. Just right click anywhere on the space here and then page header. You add a page header for the page footer. That's where I'm going to put this. So I'm going to close up the page header, and then in the page footer here I'm going to put a label here. So on the page footer, and then have my name, Kechukwu Anulefo, comma 1 2 3 4 5 6, whatever. So whatever that could be your reg number, you can add it here. So the most important thing is that when you want to print, when you go to print preview, you find out that your information will be on every page in every printout, and that is very important. The same thing that you do on the report. Go to the report footer, the same thing. Go to design here. You can add it here. Your own report footer, you can add it here so it can appear on every page. So you go here, reduce all this, or I can actually put it down here, right? And then go to report design here, and then put my name here. You can add all your name, all your information here, such that when you want to print, it will appear on the page. So your information will appear on the page. Okay, so I think that's a wise thing to do whenever you're working on Microsoft Access. All right, so I think that's for that. So we've been able to print all our work. Okay, so the next one will be to state the precautions taken while performing the task. I think I've showed that before. I did mention 4 file extensions, format that a database document can be saved as. Explain the following terms in database: foreign key and composite key. So I'd already given the answers here, so there's no need discussing them here. So you can look at some of the answers that I gave here for the 3BII and then the 3BIII. Okay, and then I think that would do. I will also leave a link to download all the questions and all the answers for you, for personal use and all that. Okay, so I think that's about it for this particular question, and then I think I've finished everything on NECO computer studies practicals. So thank you very much, guys. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.